I'm just trying to. Hello. Ah, there we go. That was fast. Okay, let's get some things. That's the whole reason I had that. Oh, whatever. I'm gonna put this over here really quick so it can charge while I usually just. Okay, there we go. Didn't realize it was having so many issues. Like it was down so far, but it's not having issues. It's what is it called? Losing power, like losing its charge. What is that? Like drying up. Hey Trisha. Hey Kelsey. All right, guys. I got some candle, like little miniature candles, and they burn up so fast. I will not get them again. I was like super excited because like when I got the tall one, it lasted forever, right? It lasted forever. I gotta bring that closer. From the Dollar Tree, guys. I was like, woohoo! But these suck. I was like, never mind. I thought they might be the same. You know what I mean? No. Kelsey, I have my matcha. I have my matcha. Just FYI, yeah. You'll be so proud of me. I actually did it. I was like, I did matcha today. Because I already had my coffee this morning, which my coffee was grody. But where we rent is furnished partially, but all appliances are. The fridge is old, and we bought our first fridge. Oh, you're a big girl. Look at you. I know how that feels. Especially when you. That thing is apparently. Give me just a second, guys. I was touching this earlier, and I obviously got. Let's go like this. Is that better? Tis better? I don't know. Apparently I got my fingerprints and my smudge prints all over it. So, yeah, especially when you put in that much money. Golly, I've got to figure this out. Like, it's like so much harder. How do I put this? It's so much harder to do the lighting in here when it's so dark outside. Like, I really wish it was just, anyways. So, all right, guys. But I have my matcha. Grab your coffee, your whatever you want. I don't care, lemon water. Today is right here, right now, which usually, like, I do that when it's kind of like the immediate future, like the next 24 to 72 hours type of situation. And I was like, okie dokie. So it's a right here, right now kind of a reading, which usually indicates something tangible that's about to occur, because there wouldn't necessarily be the urgency, in my opinion. So, hello, LP. Let me put this in there. All right, let me pin the message. Okay, dokie. Okay, I'm gonna put this down here. All right. I thought you had it before. Is it the kind where what am I trying to say? Like where like they fix your vision? Like, when they do the laser shit? Hey DW, how are you? So, all right, let's get going. I know. Is what it is with my hair. Hold on, guys. Nothing's like hollering at me just yet. Okay, so they're giving me I was trying to think of a scenario, and they gave it to me. Like, there's this, the kind where like your heart isn't necessarily palpitating in your heart, but it's like, that feeling when you like like something takes your breath away and you're a little bit like, it's like there's a anxiousness about something. It feels like a put on the spot type of situation. But the way that it's coming across is kind of like the example they gave me is like, when you go, when you're about to go, like, I don't know why they're saying it like this. Like you're going to go into your boss and have a conversation. Like either you're about to put in your 2-week notice and you're like, like there's just something about it where it's like your heart's not palpitating. Or it's kind of like you have to go in and ask for a raise. It's not elephant on the chest. It actually feels right here. And it's kind of like, like, when you stop breathing because you're so nervous and you're almost holding your breath and you don't mean to. Like, that's what it feels like to me. But it's almost like this, anxiousness is the best way, but it doesn't feel like I'm not getting jittery. Something feels huge. They just said monumental. So like, when something monumental is about to happen, it also reminds me of, I don't know why I'm saying it like this. They keep giving me authority figures as examples in this, but like when your parents find something out, like when you were a kid or a teenager and you're like, oh shit, like you like you almost see what's about to happen. Like, what's about to transpire just before it transpires because they say something like, oh shit. Like it just goes, woof, and you kind of like hold your breath a little bit, but it's almost like, it feels like your chest is swelling and like there's something pressing on it all at the same time. There's this, like, it's hard to catch your breath. Oh, hey, Alyssa. Gotcha, LP. It feels like it's an excitement, but it's not the normal symptoms of excitement. It's like when something that you have anticipated, but it happens in a moment that you're not expecting. So it feels like being taken by surprise. Kind of like, it's like your parents saying, oh, I'm going to call so-and-so about such and such. And you just know when they talk to so-and-so, that they're going to find something else that you've not said to them. Right. And so you're kind of like, okay, now's the time. What the fuck? Like, like you, it's something you knew you'd have to do, but like you didn't know in this moment kind of situation. It's also kind of like, it's also like finding out that your boss has told somebody that they're probably going to leave within the next 2 months. And so it's like you've been trying to pump yourself up. And so you're like, oh my God, it's now or never type of situation. Like, I got to go in now. Like, it's a spur of the moment happening, whether it's a choice on your part or not. But it's kind of something that was anticipated, but you're like, oh. And there feels like some level of like nervousness or excitement, right? They give me another example. Well, they're doing a good job today of giving me examples. I appreciate that, Spirit. Like kind of like where you have, this is a really good one, where you have really liked somebody for quite some time and out of nowhere they call you and you're like, oh shit. And you're about to answer, that feeling that like your heart isn't palpitating because it's almost like, see, to me, the heart palpitation and like the shakes is something where okay, I'm going to do it at this time. And so because it's coming in the next 2 days or in the next 12 hours, like you have nothing but time to think about it and like get yourself worked up and everything. But because of the way in which something shows up, you've not had a chance. And so it's like, it takes your breath away is what it feels like to me. And it has to be something significant in order to take your breath away. Does that make sense? Yeah, like it shows up unexpectedly. The opportunity or whatever it is shows up unexpectedly. And so it's like you're in the moment, you're like, you know what I mean? taken off guard or something to that effect. Okay, that's how it feels. So that's what we're going to go with. We're going to start there. I'm going to start with divine doors right here, right now. So let's recap. Something feels kind of important or big. Something anticipated, like kind of like, you know, you knew you'd have to do it at some point, or you knew it would at some point, or you knew that you were going to at some point, but like you were like, oh shit, right here, right now, get it right here, right now. So yeah, it feels like that. So there's unexpectedness. So let's see here. Something you might have anticipated, but you weren't thinking right now, and then it shows up right now, like out of the blue, spur of the moment. And it takes your breath away. It almost makes it hard to breathe at first. It's that kind of thing, but not like I'm panic attack kind of thing. It's like, it feels pretty big, or it feels, I guess, the shock of it, but it's so weird. Like all the symptoms that I would anticipate for someone. So to me, it's kind of like, yeah, it's the cross between, it's where I was expecting it, but it's completely unexpected. So something of it is like spur of the moment. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like, it's more like right here, right now. Oh shit. Like, okay. And like you just do it. Like there's not a lot of buildup. There's not a lot of psyching yourself up and like thinking about it. Like you don't get to play scenarios out in your head or something like that. But it's something you've anticipated. I shit you fucking not. Like I was paying attention to what they were saying in my head, and you saw me look at this, but I didn't look at what it said. And then as soon as I realized it, it's like change beckons today. Change beckons. It says the path is shifting, the road leads a new way. Do not be alarmed as change beckons today. There's something about that today. Oh shit. Okay. The nomadic wanderer lies deep inside, so take the leap now. Don't crawl back and hide. Oh shit, destiny. I'm telling you, this feels big. One door closes, another opens for you. Let the plans of destiny unravel true. And then your intuition. Okay. Simple, complex, words of pain or words that heal. You come to know the truth by the way that it feels. You're going to know something to be right, or it's like, yeah, like you're going to act on intuition, act on impulse. That's what it feels like. Because that's all you're going to have in this moment. It's going to show up and you're like, and you have to go with your gut is what I want to say. This is more about going with your gut. So change is going to happen. And they're like, don't be alarmed with it. Just take the leap. Don't crawl back and hide. Okay. So go with it. When this shows up, go with it. Because a door is opening for you that you're meant to go down. And this is how things are meant to unravel, because your destiny is unraveling here. And so it's almost like, yeah. And I want to say, you're going to know. It's funny. I expected it, but maybe it shows up in a way you didn't expect, or you had no clue how something was going to happen, but you just kind of like knew it would eventually. You know, it's kind of like being in a workplace and knowing like this shit's just not for me. I don't, things don't feel good. It feels a little bit like, like you're kind of like, yeah, things are going to come to an end soon. Like I'm going to have to shift gears and go somewhere else and everything else like that. And then poof, something shows up. It would be like everybody gets called into like 3 people get called into an office and they're like, hey guys, we have to lay some people off from here, but we want to give the opportunity first to see if there's any volunteers. You're not forced to do it. And it's kind of like in the moment, you're like, oh shit, now? Oh, fuck. Like maybe you didn't have a clue of when something would happen. And so it's kind of like that. It's that feeling of like, and it's like, just go for it. I just get the feeling I'm going, okay, like you don't get much preparation for this. I'm just going to say. Somebody's not getting much preparation for this. I might have added just a tad bit much sugar to my matcha. Just, it's agave, actually. I put agave in there. I mean, it's like a moment that you knew, like something, like a change that you knew needed to happen, or you knew would probably happen. Like one could guess, you know what I'm saying? But it shows up and you're like, I don't know. Like, oh, I got to be brave now. You know, like answering the phone. I've given you a million scenarios. I hope you understand. But it's like it comes on and it feels huge, but I'm not like shaky and I'm not like my heart's not doing this. But it is more of a solar plexus. It's like solar plexus and heart. It's not across the chest though. It's not like an elephant sitting like it's like okay. So let's find out. Let's find out what this is. Let's find out what this is. I looked over and I go, nope. I was like, oh, okay. Like sometimes I get, oh, all right. We're gonna start with Secret Tarot. Oh, Hanged Man and the Ten of Cups. Okay, guys. This is weird. Oh, this is weird. I want you to look at something. We have a Wands card, a Seven of Wands with the King of Swords, okay? Seven of Wands, King of Swords. Do you see that? Center card is the Nine of Pentacles, right? It stands alone. It's like the overall energy. On this side, though, we have Queen of Wands and Seven of Swords. So over here, the Seven is a Wands and the Court card is a Swords. Over here, it's the opposite. The Court card is a Wands and the Seven is a Swords. There is something to that. I feel like the Queen of Wands with the Seven of Swords is like readying yourself. Seven of Swords is always like that positive mental preparation or positioning yourself in a positive mental state so that you are capable of something. Queen of Wands is definitely like really feeling like receiving. But there's a sense of knowing your worth with the Queen of Wands. Funny enough, Seven of Wands over here is knowing your worth. And it's almost like I want to do this. I want to switch them. Seven of Wands and the Queen of Wands would be knowing what you deserve, having the expectation of receiving it. And she's the epitome of the state of allowance. because she doesn't chase, she attracts, right? We all hear that saying. She's the epitome of allowing things to unfold because she has confidence. She has a sense of self-worth and self-love, and she's not one to force something. And Seven of Wands is the boundaries and how she maneuvers to ensure that she receives what she deserves, that she's deserving, right? King of Swords being that where this individual is making a decision that includes action. Get it? Hence why the Seven of Wands, like this decision requires you, okay? It's more than like, it's the moment where, like, I think that's what it is. Up to this point, you've chosen something, but it's been just like, it's like, remember I always say decision requires action. Otherwise, it's just a thought. So you've only been able to mentally choose something. Now's the time where you get to, there's like this type of a choice requires action on your part. Like, I've been saying I would do this, and the opportunity shows up for me to do just that. But positioning yourself in such a manner to ensure that you get exactly what it is that you want. Your mindset's right on this. This is somebody who is able to do this now, be the King of Swords, because their mindset is correct. They know what they have to do and what type of outlook mentally they have to have, right? No self-sabotage. That can be the card of self-sabotage, but positively aspected. This is, I know exactly how I need to perceive this, which we did see the 10 of Cups and the Hanged Man, which is all about your perception, your lens at which you're seeing something through. So somebody is in the position to be able to ensure success. Because the Seven of Swords is, I go into the Army's camp to kind of like level the playing field, right? To kind of take an account of. And then I only take, or this is kind of like gathering information. Like, I only take what I know is necessary, what applies to me in order to ensure success, that I have a fair shot at something, right? Having, like, choosing something and taking action on it to ensure that you have a fair shot at something. You see this in a positive. You're not going to self-sabotage. You're in the right mind frame. Hence why we got the Queen of Wands with the Seven of Swords. You are in the right mindset. I deserve this. I'll wait for what I deserve. I feel confident in myself. I'm willing to receive this now. I am open to allow things to unravel as they need to. And I will make decisions that are right and true for me. I am in the place to make a decision based upon what I know I need and what I want and what I desire. I am standing firmly in my power, and I will protect that at all cost through the choices and decisions and actions that I make. You're in the right headspace. You're in the right place to go about this the correct way. Nine of Pentacles would be, you're giving me the term an elevation for you. I always associate it with this sense of freedom and liberation from any type of constraints. There is a sense of ease with it because it indicates like luxury. Like the work is in the Eight of Pentacles. And you've put in the work to get to this place, right? Let's find out some more. And this may have everything to do, King of Pentacles. Again, Hanged Man came out. We saw it on the split, it came out. We've got the King of Pentacles with the Nine of Pentacles. This is having mastery and influence over your life now. This is more than just having the capabilities of something, which is the Queen of Pentacles. This is putting that into action to create and exert influence over your life. You may have been in a place where you didn't have that. But this actually allows you to kind of take control of the direction of your life. and it elevates you. I want to say it gives you, it liberates you from something that prevented you from doing that, right? I feel like somebody's goal has been this right here. This independence. I get to choose what I do in my life. I have the freedom to do that. I don't have to worry about what somebody else is going to think. I don't have to worry about how somebody else is going to retaliate. I get to choose. Right? I want to know more about the Hanged Man. Things might have been on a big pause because, oh, there it is, motherfuckers. I swear to God, what am I trying to say? On the split. Shit. This is going after everything that you love. It's being in love with your life, right? It's not just like finding a way to be content with whatever you have. This is actually being happy and content, but also loving everything that's around you, loving your environment. That's a love of life. This is the ultimate love of life right here, right? Hanged Man. This is what we had on the split earlier. The 10 of Cups with the Hanged Man. This change in how you maneuver, like, I don't know, you must have been in a place before where you would have made so many decisions. This thing got delayed until you were in the right place, right mindset. The level of confidence, because if you didn't have this level of confidence and self-worth, or if you weren't really solidly well-rooted in your power of like determination and everything, if you didn't have that energy, then if you were given the opportunity to actually make a real decision, like taking action towards something, you might not have done it, right? If you weren't in the right mindset to be able to know what your boundaries are and where they exist, and have this love of self enough where you're like, I'm not willing to bend on that. Because the whole point of boundaries isn't so much that you control other people, what they can and can't do to you. It is what you are willing to tolerate, right? Seven of Wands, Seven of Swords. You can't exercise those boundaries if you're not in the right place. Much like also if you don't know what your boundaries are, and if you're not standing in your power, you're not willing to take action to enforce those boundaries, then you self-sabotage. Like, this is all making sense. So you're in just the right state to receive this. And then over here we have this, because before you were in the Nine of Swords, you allowed fear to seep in. You had anxiety. Tell me about the change that's going to show up. Change beckons. The path is shifting. The path is shifting. It leads a new direction. Change beckons today. Tell me about the change beckons, please. Please clarify. I don't know if this is something maybe you waited for so long that you kind of like, you were anticipating, but you were like, with, and then it finally does show up. You're like, well, shit. So we do have the Devil, which is your ego, and it is talking about negative or fear-based thinking. And it talks about a false sense of self-entrapment. Like it's like a false sense of entrapment. Let's put it that way. And it's like, because you believed that, you may have given more weight to the fears of something, thinking that they had more power than you. And I feel like this is just like, you're not in that spot. Then we have Justice coming out. Do what you know is right and stand up for your beliefs. You're willing to exercise, make decisions, and take actions on what you know is right and true for you. You're willing to stand on business. That's a new thing that I hear the kids talking about all the time. I get it now. You're standing on business, whereas you didn't before. And then we've got the Three of Wands. Things looking very good, having patience, making long-term plans, abundance coming in. This is the ships coming in card. This is being in a place to receive. What are they receiving? Like, we want details as much as possible. What is the change? It feels very tangible. Why bring this one out? Okay, I get it. Thank you. So this is the Five of Cups. You were in a space for a period of time, constantly seeing how everything turned out wrong. And that was your sole focus. Like, whether you admit it or not, that's where you were. But in this particular Five of Cups, you've turned around and you've noticed what the Two Cups are. You've seen the way out for a period of time, but you weren't ready yet. Okay? Otherwise, we'd be in the Six of Cups because you obviously didn't take any action towards it. It was like, okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. Yeah. And you knew it'd be coming, but there was like, it just wasn't showing up. It wasn't something that was happening. So you knew it. And then we have this. They're showing me at the bottom, Knight of Cups is an invitation. There's an invite to something. Somebody's going to be, this could be an invitation to, I don't know, I'm getting like an invitation to have an interview. Like somebody's inviting you to interview for something. Or an invitation to kind of like come and meet some people. I feel like it's a very purposeful invitation. Yeah, as soon as this invitation arrives, you're going to know. It's like, oh shit, it's happening. Eight of Cups. There's just this idea or notion that you knew you were going to have to walk away from something, or that you're going to be leaving the familiar at some point. Whatever this does, because it puts you on a new path, you're in like, you're leaving something behind. And the idea is you're going to the Nine of Cups. So like, this is like, you know, when this arrives, it's like the domino effect. It's like the thing that is starting the cascade of events. You just know it. Because it talks about having a desire to move on, finding the search for something more meaningful, having spiritual growth. Like, there's whatever it is what you've been desiring, but you get to move towards it now. And as like, you knew this change was coming. You knew it feels like a big change, guys. My eye just started twitching on that one. Hence the nomad. Nomads like travel and go places. We have the Page of Wands, Page of Cups, and then Nine of Swords. News of an exciting new endeavor. You're being invited to something. Something exciting. Something that gets you, kind of thing. Page of Cups. Page of Cups. Think of the right away. There's always a fish popping out. There's more in the cup than you realize. This feels good to you, hence the intuition. Your body's like, yes. But like, you intuitively also know that more will come of this as a result. Funny thing is, it's like, it's not necessarily something small. But I feel like this is And we did have the card of long-term plans. I feel like this is something that will stick around, that will propel you in life. Like, you've been waiting for the moment. And then we have the Nine of Swords, which is talking about like self-fulfilling prophecies and how expecting the worst can actually eventuate, right? And so like you must have gotten into the place where you're not. Is it before or after? Like, I'm getting confused. Before or after? It's such a big shift. And it does say not to crawl back and hide and not to be alarmed. Lord of mercy. Knight of Cups again. Page of Pentacles. Do not crawl back and hide. We have the Eight of Swords again. Or I think we had the Seven of Swords. That's what we had. So we have the Eight of Swords, but we had something over here with self-imposed entrapment. The devil. Why then? Why is it like, why do you, this may be just one of those things where it's like old habits die hard. You know what I mean? Like where it's kind of like the ego wants to chime in. The ego will chime in. It always does, guys. It always does. That might be where you're like, and that's also probably the reason why it's happening like this and you're not giving much thought, because if you did, your brain would like convince you otherwise, and it would, it would come up with all the reasons, and, you talk yourself out of it. So there's going to be a bit of apprehension when this shows up, but it's kind of like, you gotta have to trust the process. You're going to have to trust the process. I don't feel something negative. I feel like you kind of knew it was inevitable. Like you kind of knew this was going to happen. You kind of knew it. You really knew it. And you waited to the point where it was like, then it kind of like, I don't know. It just feels like, but when it shows up, you're like, oh, and right here, right now gives the energy of like, the shift is fast. The turnaround on this is quick. And it's like, oh shit. Okay. And there's some level of trusting the process. Is it anxiety inducing? A bit, but it takes your breath away. You're like, and it feels big. It feels big. The first two cards, the Knight of Cups with the Page of Pentacles, like, this is a new start in your life. This ushers in a whole new way of living or existing on your path. Like, this is a completely new path. Maybe fear of failure because it's so new to you. You know what I'm saying? But look, pregnant with possibility. She looks like she's the Empress. She's pregnant here, but she's the Page of Pentacles. Something, it's like similar to the Page of Cups. It's Page of Water, but Page of Cups. It's like, this is going to go into something bigger than you imagined. It's going to be bigger than you imagined. And the Knight of Cups, it's an invitation to start something new. You may feel like but it doesn't feel like it's confidence. That's the issue. It just feels like being taken by. Give me more on this, because I was trying to understand. Like, I think it's just regular apprehension of starting something new, because it comes out of nowhere. I got to be honest with you. Two of Wands, Eight of Pentacles. I get the sense, there's a little bit of work to be had at the beginning of this. Two of Wands being like, when you take action towards this, it's kind of like, or maybe the idea, like, it's like, you're going to have to put effort, like concerted, focused effort into this, whatever this is. So if it's a move, it's like, okay, now I got to organize, figure things out, get everything set up. It's like you have to start immediately. Once this invitation comes in, you have to start immediately getting things in order. Like you have to act on it right away and follow through and kind of like put effort and dedication into it. Like there's no like, even if it doesn't start immediately, there's something about, you didn't have preparation. You didn't know what was coming right now. So you kind of like, oh, I've got to like, oh shit. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. I keep feeling like they keep giving me the idea of like an area of focus. Tell me more. I got like blood rushing to my brain right now. Like it feels so, like you may have like blood rush to your brain. You may be like, Ace of Cups, Knight of Wands, Ten of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, Four of Cups. I feel like this is like having to immediately act on your intuition. Like you can't, again, this says simple, complex, words of pain or words that heal. You come to know the truth by the way that it feels. You're not going to be like, if your brain, like, I feel like there's no buildup to this, but once it hits, once the seriousness of something hits, you might be like, all of a sudden, like your brain's going to revert to old shit. And it's like, you're going to have to make the decision on intuition. That's why the Ace of Cups is with a Knight, like the Knight of Wands does not think hard about something. He acts on instinct, impulse, gut reaction. Like that's where he goes. That's what he uses. And he doesn't delay, right? Like there's no delaying this situation. You're just going to have to rely on your intuition, right? Over here we have, let's talk about what came out. We have the Ten of Swords with the Five of Pentacles. This particular Ten of Swords, look at how they're splitting. This half of the old self has all the swords pierced through it, and this person's pulling away from it. It's like getting away from worst case scenarios and that victim mentality or mindset or operating this is leaving all that shit behind, right? Walking away from something. It is worst case scenario, like leaving a difficult situation. It pulls you out of a difficult situation. I think that has everything to do with the Five of Pentacles. I think it has everything to do with the Five of Pentacles. I think your material situation in your life was not good. And this is changing things around. This is being without an opportunity, being without a path forward, being without whatever it is. But it's like you get to separate. But can you imagine? Look at the way that this looks. Look at how that looks. It's like, you know, like Patrick Swayze, Demi Moore in the movie Ghost, right? And he jumps into somebody's body, and when he comes out, or like when that guy passes away, and like his energy, his soul, kind of like, it's like a Velcro ripping. It's like it might hurt at first, and it's gonna ignite a panic in your ego, right? Because it's like whoa, 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 whoa. You're not gonna feel very grounded, but if you're honest with yourself, if you get into your body, you're going to be like, okay, this, this knowing was put into you far enough advance where it's kind of like, it's a surprise, but not a surprise. So it's a timing surprise, but technically what's happening is not a surprise, even if it's happening in a way that you didn't anticipate. Like, it's just one of those things. Okay. So it's like, that's the fastness of it. It's like day and night. It's Knight of Swords, or not Knight of Wands energy, right? One of the fastest tarot cards in the deck. It will take your breath away. It will take your breath away. And if you listen to your anxiety that comes up at what's happening, and not just trust yourself, they're just giving you the potentiality. I don't know why I feel like you're really not going to, but there might be a moment where you listen to it, where you hear it and you're like, oh shit. And it'll get you out of balance if you listen to that too much. Okay. Nine of Swords has come up several times. It will be anxiety inducing. Not prior. I don't feel like there's a buildup. In the moment where it's, I honest to God, feel it right here. And I feel like something's sitting, like when my child decides he's going to sit on me and it's like, and it's like, it pushes my breath out. I'm like, oh my God, Four of Cups is kind of like, you have been waiting. Four of Cups is it's not here. It's not here. It's not here. It's not here. No, you don't want this. And the proverbial cup comes from out the sky, but you kind of like, Four of Cups can be that apathetic card so when it shows up, it's really a surprise. Okay. So but we also have, nomad. I really want to know about that. Nomad, like being willing to go to new places, new environments, new scenarios. I don't know why, but I finally felt like I could breathe. Yeah, Sacred Travel Oracle. Traveler. Sacred Traveler Oracle? Something like that. Yeah, that's why we pin. I wish it would look bigger up top. I always pin the message that says it's a general read, but I don't know how it shows up on your all's end. And so it's kind of like, I thought that it would show in the comments, you know what I mean? For you to be able to see, but like, I don't know what it looks like on your all's end, whether that actually shows or not. So that was my assumption. But I guess if it doesn't show the full comment, then, you know what I mean? What good is it? I don't know. I was doing that there. Shit. I'm going to put this back. I will show you what it is, but it feels a little bit like not what I'm asking. I feel like this is what has gotten you to the energy that you need to be able to do this, right? We have solitude, and we've got this little tiny, this is actually owl. It is. It's really tiny. And there are tiny owls. And it says, in silence, peace prevails. And then the wise leader, like it gives the energy of taking the lead of your own life, listening to your own voice versus whatever. And it says you are a beacon for others. Okay. But it feels like it's not answering the question that I want. And I'm like, I'm not in the mood to rehash what we already know. Okay. Oh, shit. Sorry. We get this thing in the United States called an Amber Alert. So when a child has been abducted by somebody, they send out the Amber Alert to like half the country to be on the lookout so that children can be found. It was a little 5-year-old girl. So we're going to put it out that this little girl is found safe. So yeah. But it's a really amazing system we have here in the United States to try and, because, the first few hours of when a child goes missing are the most crucial to determining of that child coming back safe and alive. So, and that was a little weird because it was like buzzing. I was like, I knew it had to be an alert of some kind. So, Journey by Moonlight, believe in magic. Vast vistas, expand your horizons. Like, this is about having faith in this and being willing to go there. And Wise Leader came back out. Wise Leader. This may be calling you to step into a position of influence, or it's just asking you to kind of take leadership of your life, which we did get earlier. It was kind of like you're going to have the mastery of your own life kind of thing. You get to finally be in control of the situation. So it fucking came out again, guys. They were really wanting it. Okay, so they're like, we said what we fucking said, Shauna. Solitude. In silence, peace prevails. This is absolutely listening to your inner voice, to your body, silencing all the thoughts and allowing. I feel like if you follow your intuition, if you quiet things enough to hear your intuition, peace prevailing means like you're going to feel good about the decision. You're going to feel comfortable with it. And you're going to have a positive outlook. Remember, we had the Seven of Swords, positive mental outlook on something. Okay. You need to be in the state of allowance with this and see things as if it's going to happen. The outcome is going to be very positive for you. Okay. But what is the nomadic situation here? I feel like it's not really. The answers are within. They really want to run that home. I'm going to reread this card, okay? Words of pain are words that heal. You come to know the truth by the way that it feels. You know the answer. You know what is right. You know. Anything else, Spirit? You're protected by angels. You're not, do not, like, I know the swiftness of this and the abruptness of it is going to feel like it's taking you aback, but you are protected. This is going to go well. All right, and we're going to pull this. This is taking you where you need to be. Let the plans of destiny unravel true, the way that they need to, okay, guys? I already know. Good fucking God. It acts like my phone was having a conniption fit. I get annoyed by this little, like, when something's going off. Oh, man. All right. Is there any details? Whatever this is, it's going to alleviate some level of strife in your life, okay? This is going to manifest exceptionally fast in your life. We have the Magician card, meaning like you're capable, you're ready, but I get manifestation off of this. This manifestation comes in, like, I said this before, maybe 2 times ago, like 2 readings ago, like it's going to smack you upside the head, but it's right here, right now. Like, it's here. It's about to happen. You're going to have reason to celebrate. As long as you follow your intuition. It's funny, they keep saying this, but they don't want you to be taken aback by the idea that, like, well, if this is really for me, why would I get nervous? Move. It's like, feel the fear and do it anyways. That's I feel like we could have come to this earlier. You're meant to feel the fear and do it anyways. Tell me more about the Nine of Wands. Like, this is going to happen really, really fast. There's this, again, you're going to be like, should I or shouldn't I? Should I or shouldn't I? This is the Four of Pentacles. Because Four of Pentacles is like over-investing or under-investing. And it's kind of like, it's that, I don't know type of energy. The Star, but you're being led. You're being led. It's the right path. Okay. I feel like at this point we are beating a dead horse. Which you should never beat a horse, but you know, I'm just saying, like, I don't know why that's a thing. You've got to be willing to kind of like go down this new path. You may be sticking with something because it's comfortable. You may be sticking with something because it's comfortable, because the idea of the Death is like ending something completely and starting something new. Like the new not being able to start until the, you know, but then we have the Queen of Swords, and she's, look at her, she's holding the head. She done, like, she's like, I'm ready to sever things. She cuts it out and it's done and over with kind of thing. Right. And so it's like, and then we have the Two of Cups, which is that thing that's in alignment with you, that's for you coming in. Right. But you have to completely sever something else. That might be, and to me, the idea, if you have apprehension about severing it, it's because it was comfortable to some degree for some reason, right? And you found it a little bit difficult prior to right now to sever it, to done. And this could be, for some, a relationship, a connection of some sort. This to me is like some level of a soul contract, or like, you know, like there's something, because if you have the Queen of Swords and Death preceding this, right? But the Queen of Swords is like, it's sitting like this and she's looking at the Two of Cups. So it's kind of like there may be, again, we did talk about that yesterday, cutting connections. But it's, to me, it feels like, remember right here, right now, for me is like within 3 days, right? It's like here, it's like in the present energy already. But they keep bringing me to today on this one. So for somebody, it'll be as early as like today. Even with this type of reading, I think somebody's kind of like, okay, you know, like, sure. And it shows up and you're like, oh, okay. And that might be why they're saying you know it's coming, but then again, it feels like it's coming. Like I may be informing you. I may be like, hey, this is coming. And you're like, I know it's coming. But when it happens, it's like, oh, shit. I didn't think that fast. Okay. Anything that you want me to pull? I don't feel like I know what I mean, it's an invitation. We did say that. It's an invitation of some sorts. This could be to meet up. This could be to, I want you to meet somebody. Or this could be an invitation to like, interview. This could be, I don't know why I get somebody might be inviting you to live with them, like come see them. Like when I said, the more I sit in the energy, the more major it feels. But remember what it takes you to. This. It gives you your freedom or independence from something. To make something happen. And it's leading to your destiny. So don't forget that. Like, this takes you where you're meant to be. This starts the whole shebang. All right, guys. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm curious. I'm definitely curious. But we'll see. Okay, guys, I hope everybody has a fantastic and wonderful day. I hope the reading found who it is meant for, and I will see you guys later this week.